and thorough investigation. That's what Boris Johnson and Canadian MP Justin Trudeau are calling for, amid reports the Ukrainian plane that crashed in Iran could have been hit by a missile.
176 people were killed in the crash, including 4 Britons. Among them were newlyweds Saeed Tamasebi and Nilufar Ibrahim, who were flying back from Tehran after picking up their wedding photos. Nilufar's sister Navaz Ibrahim joins us now from Dallas. Good morning to you, Navaz.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We are so sorry for your loss. Can't imagine what it's like for you and your family in these days after this tragic incident. I just wonder how you and your family first found out not only that your sister and her new husband were on the plane, but this plane had crashed.
Nilufar and Saeed called me and my husband Nima when they were sitting in the airplane right before the departure, and we just had normal conversation. You know, love you. Let us know when you get there. Just normal conversation, and a few minutes, I don't know how long after, I was on Facebook, and I just saw this news that a Ukrainian airplane crashed. And I had no idea what airplane they were on. I just started getting worried, and shortly after that, I started Googling for the departure time, because that was the only information I knew, that they were flying around 5 o'clock in the morning. So I was able to find the flight number and the departure time, and that the flight was delayed. So I got really worried, and then I called my mom in Iran, and I think I woke her up. It was 8:30 in the morning there, and I remember I just asked her, "Mommy, just tell me what airline they were flying with," and she got worried, of course, and she was asking what happened. I was like, "Mommy, I don't know. Just tell me the name of the airline." And as soon as she said it was the Ukraine airline, I was starting to shake, and she asked me what has happened, and I told her, "Mommy, the Ukrainian airline has crashed. Can you check the flight number for me?" And, you know, we were just screaming, and we found out like that.
So you joined the dots, essentially. You had to do your own investigation to work out that, tragically, your sister and her husband were on the plane that had crashed. You know, it must have been, and it must still be, very surreal for you, Navaz, to sit here and talk about the fact that your sister, who'd just got married, had just gone to get the wedding photos from what was, I'm sure, a really lovely, emotional, happy day, is no longer with us.
Yes, it's unbelievable. We still can't believe this happened. It's so tragic. 2 beautiful souls. They're going to be remembered always in our heart. And, but they're not coming back. It's just so difficult to believe that, you know.
Because it was, for the reason why they were flying to and from Iran was, as Ben said, because of the fact they just got married, and that should have been such a happy moment, sharing the wedding photos, collecting them.
Yes, they got married in London back in May, but they were planning all the past several months for their wedding ceremony in Tehran. And that was the purpose of their visit. They came to Iran and celebrated their wedding with all family and friends. And, you know, they were just having fun. And they did their wedding pictures, and it was such a happy trip, you know. And who would think such tragic happened after that?
It's impossible, and of course for you, the rawness of the loss, I'm sure it's still not all fully sunk in yet. But because of the nature of what happened, it's very much a news story as well. And the latest detail is that actually it appears that it may have been shot down, some kind of missile used. When you hear details like that, on top of the terrible personal grief. What are your thoughts?
I'm sure the truth will come out regardless. And all I know is that two beautiful souls, Nilüfer and Saeed, are gone and they're not coming back. Nothing is going to change this. But they're going to be remembered for sure.
They had their whole lives ahead of them, which is the really awful, tragic thing. Have you had any contact, Navaz, from the Foreign Office or from British authorities regarding the fact that they are looking into this, they're investigating what happened and they're going to try and keep you across the details?
No, none.
Would you like to get a sense or an understanding of the process now? I mean, obviously all the evidence is still being pieced together. We understand over the last few days, we've all seen it, the escalation from the sort of the American strike on Soleimani and then the sort of the return strikes from the Iranians and then this. Would you like to get a sense that sort of the evidence and the truth behind what's happened is going to come out and you're going to get support from the British authorities?
Of course, I'd like to hear the truth. I'm sure it's going to come out regardless, but nothing is going to change the fact that all these beautiful souls, especially my sister, Nilüfer, and my brother-in-law, Saeed, are gone now. Nothing's going to change that.
No, indeed. And have you, unfortunately, you know, your sister's loss wasn't the only soul lost. Have you been able to make any contact with any other relatives, or has there been any support in doing that?
Of course, all our relatives and close friends have been with my parents in Iran. They've been spending day and night just being with them and, you know, helping them to cope with the difficult grieving process that they are in. I don't know if they're gonna ever completely cope with this. It's just so sad, but I'm glad they're not alone. They have all their loved ones around them.